Good morning dear students and welcome back to this new video of chemistry. I hope that you all are fit and fine. So last video we discussed that the characteristics of solid, liquid and gases. And today here we will discuss that the change of state of matter, interconversion of matter on the basis of the kinetic theory and the law of conservation of mass. So let's start first the three states of matter. So as we know that the matter exists in three states, that is solid, liquid and gases. As we can see from the figure, that is solid, liquid and gases. That means matter exists in three states. But matter may be changed from one state to another state by change in temperature or pressure. That means if you increase the temperature, it can change. That means solid changes to liquid or liquid changes to gases. Or if when you increase the pressure, that vapor will be changes into liquid and liquid will be changes into solid. So this change of state is known as what? Change of state of matter. Clear? That means when the matter change from one state to another state by changing in temperature or pressure are known as change of state of matter. So next one is interconversion of matter. Okay. See here from the figure you can find out that what is interconversion of states of matter. That means the change of state of matter from one state to another state and back to its original state is called as what? Interconversion states of matter. And this change is brought about by change in temperature and pressure. As we know that matter can neither be created nor it be destroyed. It can only transfer from one form to another form. So here you can find out, see here, solid, liquid and gases. That is the three states of matter, and it can change from one state to another state by changing in temperature or pressure. That means when solid, in solid what? The particles, you can find out solids in particles are tightly packed. Okay. And but when you give the temperature, these solid particles will be converted into liquid particles. And when you give more temperature, the liquid will be converted into gases. Similarly, when gas, okay, when you give the pressure, gases will be converted into liquid, and as we call it, the liquid will be converted into solid. So this change of state of matter from one state to another state and come back to its original state by change in temperature and pressure are known as what? Interconversion states of matter. So some terms are related to that interconversion states of matter. We'll discuss one by one. The first one, see, that is melting. So what is melting? Melting means, see, the conversion of solid into liquid on heating. For example, ice to water. See here, melting means what? When the solid will be changes into liquid. Okay, the solid will change into liquid on heating is known as what? Melting. For example, ice to water. And what is melting point? Melting point means the fixed temperature in which the solid will be changed into liquid. That is known as what? Melting point. Like this, what is vaporization? Vaporization means when liquid will be changes into gaseous state. Remember, when liquid will be changed into gaseous state, that is known as what? Vaporization. For example, water to water vapor. So, when solid will be changes into liquid, that is known as melting, and when liquid will be changes into gases, that is known as what? Vaporization. For example, solid to liquid and liquid to gas. That means ice to water and water to water vapor. The next one is, see, what is liquefaction? Liquefaction means that conversion of vapor or gas into liquid. That means, see, the vapor when you will be cooled it. Okay, that means when vapor will be cooled it, that means you decrease the temperature and increase the pressure. That means the vapor will be converted into liquid. and that is known as what? Liquefaction, or you can say that it is condensation. Okay, that means when vapor will be converted into liquid, that is known as what? Condensation or liquefaction. For example, water vapor to water. Similarly, solidification. What do you mean by solidification? Solidification means, or you can say that it is freezing also. That means conversion of liquid to solid. Okay, conversion of liquid to solid. For example, water to ice. When we cool it, that water will be converted into what? Ice. That is known as freezing, or you can say that it is solidification. Remember that when solid to liquid, that is known as melting, and liquid to change of liquid to gas, that is known as vaporization. Similarly, when vapor to water, that is known as what? Condensation, and liquid to solid, that is known as what? Solidification, or you can say that freezing. And one more thing remember here, that is conversion of solid directly changes into gaseous state without melting. That means when a solid will directly change from solid to gas without melting, that is known as what? Sublimation. For example, ammonium chloride, okay, naphthalene balls, solid carbon dioxide, these are that what? Sublimable substance. They will, when directly changes from solid to gas without melting. Similarly, when gas will be converted directly to solid without melting, that is known as what? Deposition. Okay, so here what you find, when solid will be changes into liquid by increase the temperature, that is known as melting, and liquid will be changes to gas, that is known as what? Vaporization. And when you increase the pressure, that means gas will be changes into liquid, that is known as what? Liquefaction, or you can say that condensation. And when the liquid converted into solid state, that is known as solidification or freezing. And when solid will be directly changes to gas without melting, that is known as sublimation. And when gas will be directly converted gas to solid, that is known as deposition. So these are the some terms related to that interconversion of matters. So these terms, what is melting, or that vaporization, liquefaction, solidification, how it will be changes. That means the states of matter, how it will be changes from one state to another states on the basis of kinetic molecular theory. Now we have discussed that change of state of matter on the basis of kinetic theory. Okay, that means interconversion of matter on the basis of kinetic theory. As we know that in solid the particles are closely packed, and in liquid they are less closely packed, and in gases they are far from apart. That means they are far from with each other. But when you will be heat, okay, the solid will be converted into liquid state. How is it possible? You know that in solid what? The particles are closely packed. But when they will be get the temperature, the particles of solid gain the energy. Okay, that means when you give the temperature, the particles of solid will be gain the energy, and the heat energy supplied to the solid is absorbed by its molecule and stored as the potential energy. So when they will be get the energy, what happen? The space between the particles become more, and the intermolecular force will become less. As a result, what happened? The solid particles overcome to the others and converted into liquid states. Clear? That means what? When solid will get the temperature, they will also get some energy. As a result, the space become more and the intermolecular force become less, and they will be converted into liquid state. Okay? Like this, when you can find out on the diagram, liquid. Okay, when you give the temperature, okay, the temperature will be more. When temperature rise off, what happen? The particles also gain more energy. As a result, what happen? That means the liquid particles will be get more energy. As a result, the space between the particles become more. Okay, and the intermolecular force of attraction become less. As a result, what happen? The liquid will be converted into gaseous state. Similarly, what happen? The particles, when you cool it, that gaseous particle, when you cool it, what happen? They will be lose the energy. Okay, and what happen? As a result, the force become more, intermolecular force become more, and the space between the particle become less, and the gaseous particle will be converted into liquid state. And like this only, when liquid, when you cool it, okay, that means water, when you kept inside that freezer, what happened? The particles will be converted into solid state. Because of what? The temperature become false and they lose the energy. Okay, and when lose energy, the particles become more closer to each other and the force of attraction become more. As a result, the liquid will be converted into solid state. So clear? That means when solid will be converted into liquid, they will be gain the energy. Okay, and the liquid will be converted into gases, they also gain the energy. But when the gases will be converted into the liquid, they will be lose the energy, and liquid also, when it will be converted into solid, they also lose the energy. So now we move to our next topic, that is law of conservation of mass. So according to the law of conservation of mass, the matter can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. It can only transfer from one form to another form. That means in a chemical reaction, the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. Okay. Say for example, you have seen here from the figure, sodium chloride plus silver nitrate. Okay, when they will be react, that is a chemical reaction. Okay, and when sodium chloride react with the silver nitrate, it form that what? Silver chloride, that is a white precipitate. The chemical reaction take place, it is a double displacement reaction. Okay, and form that what? Sodium nitrate, aqueous solution of sodium nitrate. So the number of particles in the reactant side, here what you find? Must be equal to the number of atoms on the product side. So according to the law of conservation of mass, the reactant side must be equal to that product side. See that equation, sodium chloride plus silver nitrate, it gives to white color, white precipitate of silver chloride and aqueous solution of sodium nitrate. The next example you have to see here, that is barium chloride plus sodium sulfate. Okay, that is also a chemical reaction, and when they will be react with each other, that means barium chloride when react with sodium sulfate, it produce that what? Barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. So here also in the reactant side, the number of atom of the reactant side is equal to the number of atom in the product side. It is also a double decomposition reaction. Okay, barium chloride plus sodium sulfate, BaCl2 plus Na2SO4, it produces BaSO4 plus 2NaCl. That means number of atom in that reactant side is equal to that number of atom in the product side. So let's we'll see that we will prove that that is the number of atom in the reactant side equal to the number of atom in the product side according to the law of conservation of mass. So here we will prove that in a chemical reaction, the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the products according to that law of conservation of mass. So here you will take a conical flask, and first you will take 5 milliliter of sodium sulfate solution in that conical flask, and after that 5 milliliter of barium chloride solution will take in a test tube. Okay, and hang, that means you have to hang this test tube in a flask carefully so that the solution, the two solutions, sodium chloride, sodium sulfate and barium chloride will not mix with each other. Okay, and you put a cork and you weight it. Then after that when you will be shake that solution, that means when both the solution, that is barium chloride and sodium sulfate, mix with each other, what we observe? We observe that a white insoluble solid precipitate of barium sulfate is formed along with that solution of sodium chloride. And after that you can again wait. You can find out that before that, that means without mixing, before mixing that solution, how much weight you have to get, that is most equal to that after mixing of that the two solution. Okay, so here we prove that what, according to the law of conservation of mass, the matter can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. It can only transfer from one state to another state, and the mass of the reactant side is equal to that mass of the product side. So with this we complete this the law of conservation of mass, and also here your chapter 1 is completed. So read that chapter 1. Thank you.